I'm going to tell you everything you need to know before buying the Aegis Vanguard Harbinger, and we're starting right now.
Aegis Combat Assist activated. Systems green.
Thank you so much to all the support from patrons, channel members, and Twitch subscribers that make this possible. Welcome to A Star Citizen's Buyer's Guide. This is SubliminaL here, and today we'll be discussing the features, functions, and benefits of the Aegis Vanguard Harbinger. We'll cover a brief overview, take a tour, compare stats with similar ships, review pros and cons, and I'll give you my thoughts on the Harbinger. I go live on Twitch just before every YouTube release. Come and hang out. Enough with the formalities, let's get to it. The Aegis A3 Vanguard Harbinger is the UEE standard fighter bomber, converting the standard Warden's model escape pod into a potent bomb bay. The extended range of the Vanguard and the relatively small profile mean that it can go where carrier-based planes or larger strategic bombers don't, and then strike hard and make its way back to frontier bases. The Vanguard Harbinger is a powerful bomber that can operate out of the roughest forward operating bases. The Harbinger is manufactured by Aegis Dynamics, a human spacecraft manufacturer based on Cestolis. Today, the company is a major manufacturer of both civilian and military crafts. The Vanguard Harbinger has three other variants: the fighter variant Warden, the dropship Hoplite, and the EMP Warfare Sentinel. As of today, the Harbinger is not available for sale or upgrade on the Pledge Store standalone, but when it does, it sells for around $290, and for a very limited time. And the Harbinger is available for purchase in-game for just over 2 million Alpha UEC. Now that we know a little bit more about the Vanguard Harbinger, let's take a tour. If you'd like to skip this tour, the timestamp is on screen and in the description. The first thing we notice is the very large size 5 hardpoint with a fixed laser repeater under the nose. Above that, we can see 4 size 2 proprietary hardpoints found exclusively on the Vanguard series. This isn't the stock loadout, by the way. If you'd like to know more about mine, check out this video. Here we can see the intakes and our retro thrusters glowing. This is my favorite aesthetic feature of the Vanguard series. Above these, we can see the size 4 proprietary missile racks. And further up, we can see the manned turret with 2 size 2 distortion cannons. Moving on, underneath the hull, we have another size 4 missile rack with 2 size 3 missiles. Just behind this, we can see the track landing gear exclusive to the Vanguard series. Here we can see the Vanguard's wings are tucked away in landing mode. Around the rear, we can see the dual main thrusters. Underneath here is where we have the main and only entrance into the Vanguard. The port side is equipped the same as the starboard side. Let's take a look inside. As we close the door, we'll turn around to see where the quantum drive is stored. Heading back into the cabin, on the port side we have armor storage. Next to this, we have a head that features a space shitter, a shower, a first aid kit, and a mirror. Next to this, we have 2 beds that can be used to log out in. On the starboard side, we have where torpedoes will be stored. There is also a small station here with some server storage underneath. If you know, let me know in the comments what we'll be able to do here once all this is fully functional. Next, we have amenities like what looks like a space Keurig but no nozzletron. Next to this, we have a munitions locker with 4 weapon racks. The turret is located in the middle of the cabin. Inside, we can see that the turret doesn't have a great view, but it's not terrible either. The turret has a 2D radar and 4 MFDs, but no ejection feature. Let's head towards the flight deck. It does have a door to separate the pilot from the rest of the crew. On our way up, we can see that there's a hidden compartment labeled radar. The port side has Shield 1, Power Plant 1, and Life Support. The starboard side has Shield 2 and Power Plant 2. Getting closer to the cockpit, we have our last set of component housings that house our coolers. Alright, finally we made it to the cockpit. Up top we have annunciator panels, below this we have a 3D radar, and 4 MFDs underneath. The Vanguard Harbinger does not have an ejection system. Now that we've taken a tour, let's see how it compares to other ships you might be considering. For comparison, I have selected 10 ships, the other Vanguard variants, some missile boats, and some bombers. The Google Sheet document with this data is linked in the description. The Aegis Vanguard Harbinger weighs in at just over 240,000 kilograms and takes 8th place. It fits in at 38 meters in length and ties in 5th place. It totes 0 SCU of cargo as well as most other ships on this list. It has a max crew size of 3 and ties in 4th place with the Vanguards and Cutlass. It carries 2,500 quantum fuel units and ties in 2nd place with half the ships on this list. It cruises by with an SCM speed of 171 meters per second and ties in 1st place. It strolls by gingerly with a max speed of 1,022 and ties in 4th place. It has a maximum pitch rate of 54 degrees per second and ties in 4th place. It has a maximum yaw rate of 54 degrees as well and ties in 4th place again. It has a maximum roll rate of 110 degrees per second and ties in 2nd place. It has a total hull HP of 25,000 and ties in 3rd place. It has a physical armor damage reduction of 5% and takes 2nd place. It has an energy armor damage reduction of 15% and takes 1st place. It has an EM, IR, and CS reduction of 0%. The only ship on this list with stealth reductions is the Eclipse. It blasts its way in with a default pilot DPS of 1845 and takes 4th place. It shoots Ps with a default turret DPS of 500 and takes 8th place. It has a stock missile payload of almost 74,000 and takes 6th place just behind the Tana. And the Aegis Vanguard Harbinger is available for sale in-game for a little over 2 million Alpha UEC, and it takes the 5th spot. I'm excited to announce a new art series, Vessels of the Verse. This will be the first of many designs that will be released alongside buyer's guides and loadout guides. They will be available on Displayed in 48 hours, on the merch store in 24 hours. Desktop wallpapers are available right now to Twitch subs, patrons, and YouTube channel members, and mobile wallpapers are available for free via link in the description. Alright, let's weigh some of the pros and cons. For the pros, I would say its weapon payload and range with a size 5 and 4 size 2s is unparalleled, excluding the other Vanguards of course. The Vanguard series comes with a pretty good amount of hull HP, and the Harbinger has an extra physical and energy damage resistance over the other variants. Having 2,500 quantum fuel units is nice. You can equip the fastest size 2 drive and still almost make a trip from PO to Microtech and back. Having the weapon center mounted is great because if you lose a wing, you don't lose firepower. And having the cabin space is great for box missions, and the amenities will certainly come in handy in the future. Having a turret is great for multi-crew gameplay. Its missile payload is great as well with 4 size 4 missile racks, plus another 3 size 5 torpedoes. And its Alpha UEC price of 2 mil is excellent, around 1.4 mil less than the Warden and Hopline. For cons, I'd say its max speed is terrible. However, this only matters if you plan on running. Having bespoke weapons means that you don't have as much of a variety of choices. As well as having them fixed removes the option to be fully gimbaled. It doesn't currently have an ejection feature. And another con that the Harbinger has over the rest of the Vanguards is its acceleration. Now, acceleration isn't data that can be found in the game files due to reasons I could spend a whole video talking about. So it will never be available on Urkel. However, its acceleration can be calculated manually by a user recording G-forces. So special thanks to the citizens over at Legacy Fleet for their SPAT tool. With SPAT, we can see the data from a handful of ships. As you can see by this graph, the Harbinger has a lot less acceleration than the Sentinel. I own both the Sentinel and the Harbinger in game, and switching from the Harb to the Sentinel was like a night and day difference. Acceleration affects all movement. The link to the SPAT tool can be found via the link in the description. So what are my thoughts? I've really enjoyed flying the Vanguards for the past month. They have definitely become my everyday flyer. Very practical, versatile, and they pack a big punch. You really can't ask for more in a combat ship. Now all that sounds great, but the Harbinger actually comes with a cherry on top. 3 size 5 torpedoes. These are great to tip the balance of a fight in your favor from the start. My strategy in either PvE or PvP is to throw one of these missiles and proceed to pounce on the target as soon as the torp leaves the ship. If the missile gets evaded, no matter, I'll have a heavy barrage of firepower coming their way. This is great to have. Now, what you've all come here to find out, what is my choice between the Harb and the Scent? Well, honestly, I think that's up to you. I personally enjoy dogfighting more than missile play. I also would like to have the versatility to take on quick light fighters in PvP, and with the Harb's slower acceleration, it makes it that much more of a pain to take out smaller ships. So for me, the choice is clear. But I'm not saying that the Sentinel is better, it just depends on the pilot. Do you prefer dogfighting with an EMP, or a tanky, damn dirty missile throwing 8 machine? I have some really great ideas for reviving the ship battle series, so if you'd like to see the Sentinel and Harbinger in a dedicated comparison video, make sure you're subscribed. Those are my thoughts. Let me hear yours down in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my loadout guide for the Harbinger here. I went live on Twitch just before releasing this video. Come and hang out. If you enjoy my channel, there are so many ways to support it, ranging from free options like Prime Gaming subscriptions and sending Alpha UEC in the verse, sub club subscriptions, merch, to more generous forms of support. Head over to subliminalschannel.tv to learn how. Your support in all forms makes this channel possible. Even your viewership, liking, and subscribing goes a long way. To continue watching, here's a video I think you may like. Here's a video YouTube thinks you may like, and until next time, citizens, I'll see you in the verse.